A 3-year-old boy was tragically struck and killed Saturday night in a San Diego parking lot whilst he was walking into his own birthday party. Josiah Tolefau, hopefully my pronunciation is okay, apologies if I have it wrong, Josiah Tolefau was hit by an unidentified 36-year-old driver on May the 27th as he and his family were in the shopping area where locals have said drivers often ignore traffic laws. They drive somewhat recklessly. The family was heading into the Play City Indoor Amusement Park to celebrate Josiah's birthday. He had just turned 3 years old. One witness said that the boy's mother sobbed hysterically as police and paramedics worked to save her child, but tragically weren't able to. The 36-year-old unidentified driver has not been charged in regards to the incident. Police have said that the driver did not appear to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time of the collision. An investigation is underway. It's possible that charges may be brought against the driver, but at this point in time, that has not occurred. We're told that the shopping plaza is located in East Lake, which is a neighborhood of Chula Vista, San Diego, California, and that the area, the shopping plaza, often has kids running around because there are children's activities there. There's Sky Zone, Speed Circuit, and Play City. I'm not familiar with those facilities myself, but amusement centers for kids. So there's a lot of excited kids playing in the area, and seemingly, according to witness reports, a lot of drivers often don't really pay adequate respect, adequate attention to the risk of children running, playing, or crossing the roads from one part of the car park to another, putting themselves in danger as children do. So we're told that this is a regular thing, that cars sometimes drive over the speed limit with no intention of stopping, without really caring about the safety of pedestrians, be they adults or children. It's unclear whether or not Josiah had been crossing traffic or if he was behind a vehicle at the time that he was fatally struck. We don't know the full details, but we do know that he did die in the parking lot. There are police drawn lines, which we'll see in the images. Of course, full condolences to the family and friends of the 3-year-old boy. Again, I hope my pronunciation's correct. Josiah Tolefau. His mother particularly distraught, but his other family as well. There is a GoFundMe, which has raised, I believe, in excess of $20,000. So that's a favorable amount, which will help the family pay for Josiah's funeral, to pay for immediate expenses. I mean, this is devastating for the family concerned on an emotional level. And I'm going to mention this, I don't mean this to be distasteful, but these situations naturally have a financial and economic effect on the family as well. The family are likely not going to be in a mental state to perform their jobs to their full extent. They may need to take an extended period of time off work. It's going to be an incredibly difficult time for them, and hopefully they come through it. Hopefully they're able to mentally, emotionally, financially get back on track at a certain point. They're always going to have a cloud over them, a sadness, a sorrow, every moment that they think of their 3-year-old boy whose life was taken away needlessly. The police again haven't charged the driver at this point in time, so I would presume that that means that they don't feel that there's a lot of evidence to suggest that the driver was at fault or significantly at fault. Maybe that will change, but I would think there's a lot of dash cam footage of the parked cars. There'd be CCTV footage within the parking lot itself. The various retail outlets will have CCTV footage. So I would think that quite quickly the police, the investigators, will be able to get to the bottom as to what exactly happened. So I would think that the driver will face justice should they deserve to, and potentially they don't. Potentially they were driving at a safe speed. Potentially the 3-year-old boy Josiah ran in front of the vehicle. I don't know. I do know from my personal experience that I do not like drivers. Often I'm a pedestrian, and if you try to cross the road in Sydney, drivers don't look, they indicate and they don't look properly. They don't pay respect to pedestrians. If they want to turn left in front of you and you're trying to cross the road, they're not going to wait for you. They're not going to give you that moment's courtesy to give you space to cross the road. No, they'll do what they want. There's an incredible amount of selfishness out there. It's not a new thing. I'm used to it at this point. I'm kind of over it, to be honest. If I'm about to cross the road as a pedestrian, I just wait. I just let the cars pass me by, fully in expectation that nobody's going to give me ample time to do so safely. So I just have to wait. It's kind of sad. I don't do that as a driver. I'm respectful of pedestrians. I always have been. It's like, I don't know, it's just my generation that grew up in England. You just allow people to cross the road, you know, because they need to cross the road. So let them do that safely. I'm also going to say, in my opinion, cars nowadays are too big. SUVs, I've had a big problem with SUVs for more than 20 years. If you're in outback Australia, you need an SUV. You need big kangaroo bars because there are kangaroos. But if you're in the city, any city in Australia, you don't need a big SUV, a 3-ton, 5-ton vehicle. You just don't need it, but everyone's got one. A lot of people are against auto driving, the likes of Tesla. I'm not against that at all. I am confident that in due course, maybe within a few years, certainly at some point, auto drive will be superior, far superior to human drivers. I look forward to the day that auto drive is confirmed to be much safer than human drivers and is brought in en masse. That's going to reduce so many car accidents. It will reduce the amount of people that lose their lives, that lose their limbs in car accidents massively. Perhaps I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. I don't really have too much more to say. I question whether or not the shopping plaza is to blame itself. They do have these children's attractions. Perhaps they could do more to educate, to enforce drivers to behave themselves. Kind of a sad thing to say. You kind of hope that adults will be adults, but seemingly not in the modern age. Adults are going to do what the heck they want. If they want to go around hooning in a car park, that's what they're going to do. If they want to allow themselves to be distracted by their mobile phone, whatever it happens to be, then that's what they're going to do. So perhaps the shopping plaza could make improvements, have more speed bumps in and around the parking lot. I don't know what the answer is. Certainly increase vigilance. If you're a parent, you've got children in a parking lot and other areas, you just got to be very, very careful with them. Make sure that they don't run off in front of cars. You know, if you're driving an SUV, you're not going to be able to see a 2-foot child walking in front of you. You're just not going to see them. So it's an absolute tragedy. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.